Say hello to everyone. Say hello. Hi everybody and welcome back. Today's look, I have no idea what I'm going to do. It's going to be a case of just going with it, putting the products on my face and seeing what I end up with. I do know that I want it to feature some blacks and purples, light and dark purples, just to sort of vamp it up a bit. Not necessarily like a dark or gothy look, but something a little less colourful than I usually do. I do apologise if you can hear my dog in the background. My lovely little boy won't stop smacking his lips. He must have gone out last night and had a case of dry mouth. Mustn't you? Mustn't you? And apologies if my eyes look really red and puffy because the hay fever queen's been and paid me a visit to know what I look like. Like I've been smoking that good weed. So without any more faffing around, let's go straight into it. So just to prime my eyes, I'm going to put a little bit of the Lancôme LA based Pro Primer on there. I'm not going to be covering my brows today because I've actually run out of glue stick. And like a real drag queen, I've actually ordered the Elmer's purple disappearing glue, so I'm just waiting for that to come through and then I can be a drag queen again. And just to give my eyes a base so that no dark circles or redness or eye veins come through, I'm just going to put some of that Maybelline Fit Me Concealer all over my eyelids and using a damp beauty blender just blend that in. I'm just taking some powder to set that. This is just a translucent powder, just so it sets it, and then when you start applying the eyeshadows, they'll blend out easier. Now I'm quickly just going to do my eyebrows first before I put the tape under, just so I can get them out of the way because eyebrows aren't my favourite, and yeah, they never look the same anyway, so let's just go with it.
We'd go to bed in my arms, you're safe and sound, without a thread.
So I've just applied my tapes, and I know it looks really weird, but as soon as you take it off, you're going to have such a crisp line underneath your eyeshadow. And I also use it so I can do my wing, and then once I've drawn it and it's overlapped onto the tape, as soon as I pull it off, you're going to have such a crisp line, and it's perfect. So I'm just going to start to go in with some purple eyeshadow and just blending that through my lovely little gay crease. Now I've blended that purple in. It was just a really light purple, just as like a transition colour, but I'm going to build on it. I'm going to mix some of that same purple shadow, and this is out of the Saffron Colours matte eyeshadow palette. It was just off eBay, it was really cheap, but it's quite good. I'm just going to take that purple and mix it with some pink. Just go back into that crease. So I'm just going in with a white eyeshadow and using that to blend any lines that might be left from the purple, just so it all smokes up and looks lovely. Now this might seem quite bizarre to some people, but I think it was Matthew Anderson that said that you can do your entire face with just a dark purple lip liner or lipstick. And I got one through the other day. It's from Stargazer, and it's like just a really deep dark purple. And I think what I'm going to do is, because I've got purple eyeshadows but they're not necessarily that dark, I'm going to try and apply that to my eyelid. And if it goes wrong, it goes wrong, but it's always worth trying. Even though it was quite hard to blend, guys, I used a bit of NYX matte finishing setting spray just to wet my brush and then try and get the product a little bit more creamy. But it has actually gone on quite nice. I'm just going to take that same pink and purple eyeshadow and just run that over the top to set it. Now for the outer third of my crease, I'm just going to take some black eyeshadow, tap off any excess, and just put that in there. Just using a pencil brush, just so you can lay it down and really stick it in that little socket. And then just taking your trusty little eyeshadow blending brush, to start blending it upwards. Just going over that black with that same purple and pink eyeshadow. Just diffuse those edges. And now if you look like a cross between a raccoon and a prostitute, have a drink. Prepare yourself, because now it's time to go in with and now it's time for my favourite part ever. Let's take these tapes off. Oh my god. Now I'm just going to do a few more things to finish off the eyes. I am the worst person for always using glitter in any of my eye looks, but it's just so pretty. But I'm only going to use the tiniest amount today. Well, I say that, but we'll see. I'm just taking some purple glitter. Press that onto the glue. And I've only just put a stripe of glue on the centre of my eye. I don't want it to cover the whole lid, because it's just going to make the fact that you put lipstick all over your eyelid pointless. Now for underneath the eyes, I'm just going to take those same pink and purple shadows, mix them together, load them up on the pencil brush, and just start to go underneath my lash line. I'm taking some black eyeshadow from the same palette and on the same brush, just going on the outer half of your bottom lash line. Now with my eyeshadow done, I'm just going to go in with the Sleek Solstice palette as usual. This is my favourite highlighter palette I've ever used. I'm going to go in with a cream actually. And just put that in my inner corners. And this will just act like a small primer, the shadows we're going to put on top of it. And then going in with that purple shade and just placing that on your inner corner. If you can't see your eyes from space, why bother? Why bother? The majority of my eyes are done. I just need to wait until the end of the video to do mascara and lashes, just because I don't want to quite do them yet. Now that I've done them, I'm going to move on to the rest of my face and make the skin look nice and smooth and flawless. Now as usual, I'm going in with my Lancôme LA based primer. And if you've watched any of my other videos, you'll know that it's my favourite thing in the entire world. I'm now taking my beauty blender and my number 7 Stay Perfect foundation in Cool Ivory. I'm just going to start bouncing that onto the skin. And I try not to put too much product on my facial hair area, just because it will add some colour to the hairs and it's not cute. Now I'm just going to take some setting spray, just put it on the brush, and using my Clown White, I'm just going to take a little pea-sized amount and just putting that on top of my hand. Oh, I've got a sneeze stuck. Oh, sorry boys. Whew. And then taking the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer, I'm just gonna coat that all on my hand, and then hopefully I can mix these two together to make a really light foundation. Now this might go so terribly wrong, but what is life if you don't take risks? What is life if you don't take risks? Just go in on my highlighted areas, under my eyes, down the bridge of my nose, on my chin and on my forehead.
Lips, they tasted like those cigarettes. Staring at the moon, we'd go to bed in my arms. You're safe.
Now to contour, I'm just taking the NYX Cream Highlight and Contour Palette, and I'm just going to take that darkest shade and begin to put that in my contour areas. So we'll go in with the forehead. Try and reduce that man head a little bit. Oh, something is on my head.
If we sail a little bit high, a little bit low, we're still a little bit young.
I'm just going to go down the sides of my nose. Try and pinch that in a little bit.
We're still a little bit young, but I'm all in. We're still a little bit young, but I'm all in. If we sail a little bit high, a little bit low.
Now just using that Maybelline Fit Me Concealer, I'm not going to mix it with any Clown White. I'm just going to pop that on the bridge of my nose again, and then just under where we contoured. Because I'm going for such a natural looking contour, or as natural as it can be for me, I just want to bring back some of those highlights just to enhance the shadows. Now to further enhance my contours, I'm just going to take this big fan brush and go into the NYX contouring powder in the shade Sculpt and just bring forward that contour. Just taking the same shadow and using that to define the nose. Nothing too dramatic. Well. Now just using that same Stargazer lipstick that we used for the eyelids, I'm just going to go over my lips Now after you've thrown your lips on, I'm going to go into highlighting, and I'm going to go in with this eyeshadow brush, and we're going to go in with that same purple highlighter we used to highlight in the corners. Just bring that down the bridge of the nose, and then using my finger do a little boop just on the end of my nose, because I want this to be very glowing. And then for the cheeks, take that same shadow, oh look at that, blinding. And I just add some more dimension. I'm taking that same purple shadow highlight and adding that to the centre of the lip. Just to add some more dimension. Now for the finishing touches, I'm just going to take my mascara and coat those little lashes. Now once the mascara's done, we're going to apply my lashes, and I've actually taken just a cheap normal pair of lashes but trimmed them into these like little skinny ones because I'm loving the whole Valentina-y, Naomi Smalls kind of separated spiky lash effect. Final step is setting spray. It's the one I've been using all the way throughout this tutorial. It's the NYX Matte Finish Finny Matte Setting Spray. I'm just going to coat my entire face with this so it locks it in. Ooh. Oh, it's refreshing. It's like being in a bloody waterfall. Guys, who is it? See you now. For everyone who doesn't know who Scrumpy is, he's my little boy. He's the little light of my life. You being quiet? Alright then. So guys, we're all done. That's the end of the makeup look. I absolutely love how this turned out. It's quite glam, very purpley and black, which is what I wanted to go for originally. Tried to keep the contours quite simple. I think a little bit of spit just flew out. Whatever. As always, thank you so much for watching. It means a lot to me. I really hope you like these looks as much as I like creating them. And I will see you all later. Mwah.